What is it? The green light is on, ladies and gents. So we are back here in another episode of Canna Vibe, your main host Chino, and today's guest we got here in the building is Jaylen from Black Herb, which we actually did do a vlog, uh, for your event, which is the Nightmare Before Christmas, which was a dope event, bro. It was a nice chill. I really felt the vibes there. I did bring one of the homies with me, as you seen. But yeah, man. Just tell us a little bit about you, man, before we get deep into today's episode.
Cool, cool. Well, yeah, shit. I've been in cannabis industry for like maybe like 5, 6 years now. I've been a bud tender part time. That's kind of what I've always been doing, and I've always worked in like event coordination and event management like full time at my main job. So now I finally got a chance to actually like combine the two and just kind of do my own little thing and step away from actually being in the dispensary. Like working with dispensaries and different brands and bringing that brand awareness and stuff. And bringing people together because it's really about the community for me personally.
Yeah, and most definitely we could get deep into like everything you kind of just said, but let's start off with like the bud tending. Which dispensaries have you like bud tended then?
So I started off at what is that, Windy City in Posen. From Windy City and no, actually, it wasn't even Windy City. I'm sorry. It was Curaleaf in Worth, Illinois. I think it's Worth, Illinois, but yeah, Curaleaf was the first one. Windy City and Posen was the second one. After Windy City, I think that's when I went to Ivy Hall, and that was like in the Oak Brook or some shit location, like in the burbs. And then I transferred to the location in like Wicker Park, and then from there I ended up at Cookies, the one that's downtown, and then shit, that was the last one.
Okay, man. So I see you got plenty of dispo in your background. I think it was like five, six, seven dispos right there.
Yeah, low key. Geez,
Uh,
I'd be losing track, man. I
but
promise you.
okay, so like how was it, man? Like like bud tending, like and like what made you change throughout like all these different dispensaries?
I mean, it's honestly, it's just like a regular job. It's you working in retail. It's just the cool factor if you're into, the cannabis industry or just in cannabis in general, it's a plus. But I just feel like honestly, being a bud tender, and like I said, I was doing it part time because I've always had a full time job. But I feel like that's like the one thing I didn't enjoy about the industry. It's just like bud tenders don't get paid enough. Let alone, I'm not sure, like, what is it, like team leads? I don't feel like they get compensated enough. And I'm like, typically we bring in a decent amount of money, but I do understand like all the bullshit with the state and shit. But I just wish that like it was a higher salary,
Hmm.
a livable wage. Cause I'm like, that's the only thing I was saying, like, I didn't really, care for.
Yeah, so I've kind of see that people who've kind of have worked at a dispensary say that it's always like more of a retail than anything. Um, but like I guess with one working in one, like even like for yourself, like did you ever see any type of potential of like even being like above lead, like even a manager or even above the manager position?
I mean, that's kind of what I pushed for when I initially started to go in that industry, just because I've had like, previous manager experience. But I'm like, it's one of them industries. It's like you got to know the right person at the right time, and you might get there type shit. Even
Hmm.
though that's kind of how life works. So I'm like, I just feel like opportunities might be a little scarce, or it might just be they just kind of take a while.
Gotcha. So then like so what made you then like go to different dispensaries then?
Um, Honestly, just I don't know, because I'm like the only reason I quit the one that was like what was that, imposing, is because I moved to Chicago, and then once I moved to Chicago, Ivy Hall became convenient, and then I left Ivy just because I thought the grass was greener when I was gonna go to Cookies because I knew that would look better. That's a cool, everybody knows Cookies,
Mhm.
so I'm like, yeah, not why not try to fuck with Cookies, and then honestly, I'm happy I did because that's kind of what opened my eyes to like really getting into like event coordination, but like on the cannabis side.
So like overall, did you like your experience though? Like like helping like people coming and walking in, trying to get their product and stuff, or like
Oh yeah, as
what?
a bud tender, that part is super fulfilling. You get to meet so many different types of people because cannabis knows no like particular audience. I'm like you get to network and fellowship with so many, different types of people, a different life. I mean, different walks of life type shit. So I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah, it's always cool, and especially when you can actually make those connections with people, and then actually get a chance to be personable because you end up having your regulars, and it's cool when people ask for you in particular type shit.
And like overall, like the products though, like how sorry, but like how were they like maintained? Like were they like just especially like with concentrates, because like in the previous episode we were talking like about like us wondering like how is it like behind the door, of like where you just see the bartender kind of opening that little small door and just getting your little product. You feel me? Like, but like how is it like on the other side?
I mean. Shit. Depending on the dispensary, it can be super hectic or it can be a breeze if you know where everything is. And I'm like, when I worked there, like with Ivy Hall, that was like one of my favorite dispensaries just because I'm like, everything was super smooth for me personally, my
Mm.
experience there. Just because it was always easy to grab what you needed to grab real quick. It wasn't too hectic. And even if we were busting, I'm like, it was, yeah, it was big enough. When you go like to places like Cookies, they have it set up like if you are just a bud tender, you're just a bud tender, so you don't even got to go behind that door. They want you to kind of like stay in the front.
Damn. So like, were you ever like in the backside then, or you were just strictly just in front?
At at Cookies, I was strictly just as front. At Ivy, I was in the front and the back, so I'm sure they kind of flex us everywhere.
So then like, like talk us through like I guess for Ivy then. Like, so like, would you have to like kind of like ring up the person and then go back yourself, or like how would
Yeah,
it?
I mean, because typically I would feel like if they didn't have enough staff, which is kind of often, you would go in the back, grab the order. Um, Take it to the kiosk, scan it in the back so it can, go through whatever POS system you're using, take it back to the front to them. Well, before you even take it back, you got to make sure it's in some type of container. So, like, they gave us trays and shit. And then, yeah, bring it back to the customer and then, yeah, get ready to check them out. It wasn't too hard. It's just one of them things, like, if you knew your brands, you knew where certain things would be located, because most of the shit was always organized by brand.
Yeah, I see. Like alphabetically order, or
Yeah,
like okay, I
typically.
guess. Yeah.
And if it wasn't alphabetically ordered, they
Mhm.
would usually have like pictures of like, what brand it was or like pictures of like what it is actually like the product that you're looking for so it can be a little easier. So I'm like, it's pretty user friendly. Even if
Yeah.
you're high, you can get it.
I'm sure everybody in there was high as fuck.
Most definitely.
That's
Smoke
what's
breaks are
up.
real smoke breaks.
Oh, I bet, man. Shit. I'm sure y'all still had to go to like the bathroom and shit.
Man, that part.
uh,
Shit. That's when I'm like the luxury of shit. When I wasn't working for Ivy and the Burbs, everybody had a car down there because shit, it was like down there in the middle of nowhere. But I'm
uh,
like that hot box session all the time.
shit, with just carts or just
No, not
or
even
oh,
a
okay.
flyway.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
That's what my yeah. We smoking joints. We smoking pre rolls and shit.
Gotcha, man. So like, okay, so like I guess going back to like my what I was kind of gonna ask is like with the wax, um, how is it stored? Because like, have you gone to other places that cannabis is legal? Like, have you gone like to Michigan or any other state?
Yeah, I mean, I usually shop in Michigan a lot,
Okay.
and then if I do shop in Illinois, it's just because I'm shopping for certain brands in particular. But as far as like how they store it in the back. I know certain concentrates are like in a refrigerator, and then you have some that are going to be out. Now I can't tell you exactly which ones were in the fridge and which ones weren't. I know at Cookies, just about almost all of that shit was in the fridge, which I thought was like kind of cool, just because of
Mhm.
the fact that I'm pretty sure this is probably making a product, have a better shelf life, if anything.
Yeah, most definitely. And then like that's kind of like what I was wondering, because like I've gone to Michigan, plenty of times before, and just by me, I'm more of a dab guy. Like I love dabs. I would prefer a dab over like some flour or an edible. But that's just me. But like, don't get me wrong, bro. Flour is still flour. Like flour be fire. Like you be getting those strains. Like like those. It be some strains that be hidden. But like overall, like I see mostly, concentrates being like in the fridge and just knowing, like that wax should be like in cold, like in the fridge or something, just because like it holds like the terps and stuff like that longer, and like how you just said, like the shelf life, of the product. But I feel like you could kind of tell when a product has been like in like room temperature for a while compared to like a dad like that's cold. You feel me?
Oh, most definitely. I can't lie. I feel like every time I go to Michigan, that's usually like I can't like it's cheaper out there, but I don't feel like it's like thrifting. Sometimes you get good shit, sometimes you don't. But I'm like usually it's always at a better price point. But I'm like I will say at
Mhm.
least in Illinois they are a little bit more strict on like how we preserve our our concentrates or just in general on how like they can even like handle the cannabis. Because I know, like in Michigan, if some shit is expired, they'll give it to you, at 70% off type shit. Because I've bought 3.5s and shit, like dirt cheap from that.
And so I have two questions. One is like how you feel on expired products, But
I
and
mean,
the
I was
yeah.
kind of thrown off by it when I went there, and I'm like, "Why is it so cheap?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's just it's still smokable." And she was like, "It's just gonna like feel like dust or like it's basically gonna be like shake." And
Mm,
I was cool with it. I'm like, cool. These are like little like stocking stuffer type bullshits or whatever. I don't know. But regardless, I tried it, and yeah, it wasn't my favorite, honestly.
uh,
But it's a nice little add-on at the register, honestly.
I mean, you can't really go wrong when once they used to tell you like at a low price. You feel me? Like like why not? Like fuck it, I guess.
Exactly. Just throw it on the cart. Throw it in the cart.
But like okay, so I guess like going back like to like I guess the dabs as a bud tender and as like like just a person that just like smokes cannabis, like how do you feel on that? How do you feel like I get like how you just said like some brands be on the fridge, some brands be just like on the shelves like that, but like what's your point of view on that?
I mean, I can't lie. So with me, I don't dab heavily. I'm a flower guy all day. So I'm like, but when I do dab, I'm like, Eh, I'm not like one to really like have like a huge preference on it personally, just because I am so like heavy into flower. Just being realistic with myself, because I'm like, yeah, I don't think I fuck with too many brands to be like, oh, this is good. This I usually get recommendations from my other people who in the industry or just people who I know who smoke concentrates and shit like that.
Hmm. Gotcha, my guy. So besides I guess the wax part, like have you had any like bad experience?
Or like product like flower.
Just like working at the dispensary.
Um, Not necessarily.
Hmm.
Um, it's just it's retail. So I'm like, you kind of get the shit that most people who, if you worked in retail, you know what that comes with, like the customer service aspect, and maybe sometimes you're not gonna have the best customer. Working with a different variety of people who, sometimes everybody's personality don't really mesh well. So,
Hmm. Have,
it's just like the everyday shit. So I'm like, yeah,
have you
kind of
had
it is what it is.
have you had a bad customer experience?
No, man. Like, yeah, I'm like every time I've been at work, it's been smooth. Like, I never like that's when like bud tending was actually cool. I did not mind doing it part time,
Hmm.
just because I'm like it was like a labor of love for me. Just because I'm like I love the plant. I love like learning about it. I love connecting with people. I love like if we have like an incentive to sell, I'm like shit. Why not? I can be competitive.
That's what's up, bro. And like I guess like what would be one point that one thing or like a few things that you can say since you had experience, as bud tending, like what would be like one thing that you think they could improve, like for these bud tenders to be, I guess, better at, like, or like, just to have a more, how do I say, like, I guess, better experience, you could say.
Like as a bud tender or just for the store?
Both, for both.
I mean, for stores, I'm like, first off, I'm like, if we can get like more demonstrations of like terpene bars and like really break down terpenes and like really give that product knowledge, because I'm like some people know about it and then others don't. But I'm like when I worked at Ivy Hall, that was one of the dispensaries that actually had the terpene bar that actually broke down like what all the different terps do and how they affect like the aromatics and shit, which I thought was cool, just because it kind of ties in a little bit more with like holistic health, where I feel like I think that's always a plus if we can tie it into that, obviously, just because I feel like it is good for health. And I'm like there's plenty of different reasons for like healthcare why cannabis is like a plus.
Yeah, for sure, my guy. I feel like it's a lot of pros to this plant, but I just feel like there's just a lot of hate towards it, man. But I felt like,
Unfortunately.
yeah, and like I said before, like it's a bigger picture than what I think many of us think, because like I feel like it's a bigger situation than what a lot of us really think it is, because like I feel like you're really bringing these like pharmaceutical companies, like doctors, you feel me, like like it's a lot that gets to do with the healthcare world.
Yeah, most definitely.
But yeah, I mean, since we're kind of already on like on the health thing, I know we're gonna come back to like the cannabis part and stuff, but like, I know you were mentioning something about what holistic
Yeah, I
healthcare.
mean, but yeah, most definitely. Like I do believe that cannabis is like a great tool. And it has like a lot of good benefits. And I feel like sometimes people aren't, they don't have the knowledge about it just because sometimes people have that stigma. And obviously with cannabis, it does so much. I'm sorry, I'm a little lit now,
Oh no,
but
you
like
don't
it
worry,
can help
bro.
with like with people who
I'm
have
getting
issues with.
I'm getting lit too, man. This is infused Jack and Coke right here. So you're not alone,
Oh,
my guy.
see, perfect, perfect, perfect.
So and then I actually smoked the doink outside before we got started. So you're not alone, man. You're not alone.
Good shit, good shit. But yeah, no, because I'm like it's good for like pain management, like mental health, sleep disorders, appetite stimulations, emotional and spiritual like reasons to use it. So I'm like, I mean, the spectrum is super huge. And like that's why I'm like, even with my like event coordinating like that I'm doing now, I usually try to make sure like I can team up with like some type of nonprofit that is about like health and like, offering more information just about anything that deals with the body on like a more mental aspect. So like the last one that were at the last vendor we had that were at the last event, that was Brave Space Alliance, and they're like a nonprofit that works with like the queer community basically and trans community, everyone honestly, and
hmm
they offer like a lot of different resources, and like they're a really good like plug in Chicago just in general, just on offering like um a lot of free healthcare options and just a lot of benefits as far as like with just community things like offering groceries, clothing, different groups. I'm a part of one of their groups called PAC, which is called People Advocating Change, and it's just like a group we get together once a month, and then we just talk about different like mental things, and then sometimes they'll bring in different people like to help us, like with this like I don't know like random shit. Because I'm like one time we had someone in there to talk about finance, and then another person came in there to talk about like breathing, and then we had another person to teach yoga. So I'm like, it's all about like tying all of that in to like one thing basically, which is just
No,
like to better the human experience.
no, yeah, most definitely, bro. Because I feel like overall, like the human population here had, oh, besides, what we kind of just gone through with like COVID and all like this war that was happening and just a ton of bullshit, it's just every day, everyone kind of just deals with their own, problems every day. And of course, it's always going to be different from yours. But that's really what's up, bro, especially knowing that you're doing something for like the mental health shit, because like I feel like a lot of us are very distant when it comes to like providing ourselves with the right tools when it gets to do with our mentality, especially with us guys. And coming especially like from a background of like my our culture, like Hispanics, of like the machismoism, like of just kind of like sucking it in, and hold, like kind of deal with it and not expressing yourself. You feel me?
Exactly, most
Uh,
definitely.
and most and I can see now, like I guess, of course, within time, things change. Like I felt like we started to think different. So like I feel like this generation now is more open-minded. So I know I kind of hear a lot of people, and it's mostly like older folks, where they kind of be saying like how this generation is kind of more sensitive than how it used to be. Uh, and they say it like in a negative way, and
Exactly.
and it shouldn't be like that, because like I guess some things shouldn't be taken like up the ass. Like I understand that, we all have our humor. We all, we kind of, but at the same time, like we all have boundaries, so sometimes it does suck that some of us have, like like lower boundaries than others, like. But at the end of the day, man, it's more of like trying to be your better self, at, like trying to focus on you, and be the best you can, man.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, shit, that's all you can do.
Yeah, so that's what's up, bro, and just keep doing it, man, because I'm sure you're helping a lot of people, bro, because mental health is a big fucking problem, bro, and a lot of people really don't like to face it and talk about it.
Most definitely.
Oh no.
And also, with this safe sex option, just because I'm like with Brave Space, I don't know if you got to see, but we were passing out the safe sex kits, and then at the next event, we're trying to coordinate to get like optional testing for STDs or HIV, one of the two. And it would just be free and no pressure and no cost.
That's what's up, and that's very different. Especially like just from coming to one event, but like kind of just hearing right now of like what you're kind of really trying to do, especially, um, with health, the healthcare coming to your events, which it's I feel like you don't see that in anywhere else. You feel me? Like you kind of just see your vendors, your dispo brands, arts, crafts, but you're kind of, I feel like you're opening another type of awareness, where somewhere somehow cannabis can tie to that, man. We just kind of got
I
to
mean, I
find
feel like
the
it
right way.
does, just because exactly. So I'm like, I feel like cannabis it relates to just about any and everything. So I'm like, if we can kind of get it to where you can go to like one of these type of events, and I'm like, you literally you can even walk in feeling low, but once you leave, you can feel like a little bit relieved, or you got a little bit more knowledge on something that you wanted to know about, or shit, even if you just got like the resources that you needed, just because you didn't know like they were out there for you, type shit.
Yeah, most definitely, man. But what other, I guess, what other way, or what other ways of form is like holistic health, like, or like, is that the right way to say it, or is there another term, or like,
I mean, I feel like that might be the term, but yeah, don't get me to guessing on it. But I feel like that is just because I'm like I feel like that also can tie into like like probably even like with yoga and just doing doing right by the body in basic sense, and maybe even keeping it on a more natural sense.
Okay. Do you like do you work out?
We're trying to get a constant routine right now. It's just been hard, but I'm like, I be trying to count my steps at work because I do a lot of fucking steps in my full time job.
Gotcha, my guy. That's what's up, man. I actually got back into it literally this week. Um, I went the whole week, well, except for today and Monday, but like kind of went for like what 3 days in a row. So that's kind of
I
what's
mean, hey,
up.
that there we go, there we
Yeah,
go. That's what
yeah.
I'm like, man.
No, but I was actually I was telling my girl and I was like I ain't trying to like over exaggerate or anything, but like within like two to 3 days of just like hitting the gym and shit, like I I felt like there's a difference within one itself. You feel me? Like you you feel more, I don't know, more, I guess more live. I don't know, man. It's just like I just know that there's like a different feeling, like especially for myself, because like I'm a guy. I'm like I'm a I'm a dab head, bro. Like I could dab like from morning to night, like or like even smoke, bro. Bro, like honestly, like I can like wake up like at 7 a.m. and do a little wake and bake on like whatever I got. Like it could be the pen, it could be the Benjamin, it could be the Puffco, or even just a doink. Like I don't know if you smoke blunts, bro, but I know here, it seems like in the community they don't really like the blunts, but it doesn't hurt to face a blunt once in a while.
Yeah, I can't lie. I be doing that shit. That's what I'm like. I don't mind.
Yeah, I can't do backwoods though. I don't know. It's just me. I just feel like if I'm gonna smoke a wood, I gotta put like a good amount, not no like skimp or
Most definitely. You didn't need a whole 3.5 for that shit. For real, for real.
Cause
Like,
I know
man.
people who be rolling on like 2 Gs, and I'm like, what is this? I might as well pop
Yeah,
out
no, because
the
that shit thick
blunt.
as hell. You might as well smoke a square. Shit. All the damn, well, is that tobacco in that? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah.
like. Yeah, it's thick as hell.
Do you do the extra though? Like, do you like wet it, cut it? Like.
Oh yeah, no, I gave up on backwoods. I tried to roll it once, and I'm like, yeah, that shit. It's like origami for me. So I'm like, I don't. Mm-mm. All I do is honestly now it's raw cones, raw papers,
Mhm.
and then hemp wraps here and there.
Gotcha. Actually, my go-to brand for cones, and I started to learn how to roll papers this past summer, but I eventually turned into learning how to grow. So
No,
I don't
that's
know how,
cool. I'm trying to get into that.
I don't know how that switched, but it just I was like it was like probably like September, and I was like, damn, I kind of really don't know how to roll yet, but I guess I kind of grew some bud, but it's like whatever.
I mean, hey,
Um,
shit.
yeah, right. But yeah, I usually go with vibes. I'm not sure if you tried vibes before. Um,
What are
but
they like a pre-roll
yeah,
or
they're
like
cones.
a?
They're cones and paper rolling papers.
Yeah, no, I
Um,
don't think so.
yeah. The if you ever, I guess, want to try something different, try them out. I fucks with them. They came from cookies.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe I did have them because maybe they gave them to us or type shit.
Well,
Because I'm like,
well, I mean, yeah, because it ties to burners. So I mean, at the end, I mean, it all connects. So, but yeah,
oh,
he
so yeah, that
actually
makes sense.
came out with those rolling papers and cones, and he actually has this this packet, or like, yeah, it's like a 3-pack cones, but they're called I believe they're called um, cubanos, and
Hmm.
they're like long, like like how those hash holes, they look like
Yeah.
those, but they're like king size.
Oh, damn. No, that
Yeah.
sounds decent. I can't lie. Yeah, no, I don't think I would. Yeah, I don't think I don't even remember seeing them.
No,
Not
yeah,
when I
yeah,
was there.
yeah. So if you if you go to the smoke shop or whatever, And if you want to try to get something new besides your raw papers and stuff, yeah, check out cones. And it's this one. Hold on, I got you. Look, um, it's this one right here. Oh, there you go. They call it Cali. There you go. The Cali's this one, like I told you. But then this
Oh
is
shit,
this is
yeah.
this is the Cubano that I was mentioning right here.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, this is his brand, his pre co or his cones, you know, like
I can't lie, they look familiar. I feel like I've seen them before.
yeah, I mean, I fuck with them, bro. I mean, it's just kind of like, I don't get me wrong, like I fuck with raw enough, but I just kind of I guess wanted to try something new. And like the day I went to the smoke shop, they're like, here, try these, and I'm like, all right.
No, good shit.
And ever since that, I just started smoking them, bro.
But yeah, no, I'm like most definitely. I'm gonna have to try them because I do need to re-up on some shit.
But I guess besides the the cones and all, I peeped like at some of your stories. I guess you were doing like a circle joint or whatever, and then I think you made a cross joint.
Oh yeah, I made like
So
a
like
cross joint.
yeah, yeah. So like, do you like to do like art stuff with that, like with joints?
I mean, I'm learning how to now, just because I'm like I'm prepping for my next event actually. Because my next event, I want to like raffle some like trick joints off and shit, or
Hmm.
just give some out type shit, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I'm like I can't lie. I've just been watching like YouTube tutorials and I've just been trying to find some, and then from there I've just been trying to get creative and making sure like the shit smokes actually.
And t tell us the process on that.
Shit, a lot of fucking I've been what have I been using? Blazy Susan. I got like this long little like strip of like paper that you can just kind of like pull out type shit, and you literally are like you just cutting it and making different like shapes and sizes with it. And if you want to make like detail, you kind of want to make it like loose so you can kind of like bend it around, and then you want to like harden it. But yeah, so far so good. I have been looking into like getting like a little bit more creative because like nowadays you got like blunt glue and shit. But I'm like I've been looking into like the ones that were like more natural based, and I'm like those are kind of hard to find because a lot of them I think it's called like cellulose or I can't don't get me to like saying it, but I'm like it was like I know it's like made from like wood and like some other bullshit, but I'm like I prefer the ones that are like made from fruit if you can find that. But I'm like, it's like a good way to like seal it and shit, so you can actually like make like damn near sculptures that are like smokable. Because I'm like doing it with just like rolling it with like spit and shit, like
Mhm.
that shit is like low key kind of difficult. Like for me right now, it's been
I feel like it could kind of get a little messy, especially like knowing how sticky the paper could get, or like no,
exactly
it's just a whole disaster
man.
right there. So like, how long does it take? Did it take you to do like the circle cone, like the circle joint and the cross joint?
The cross joint, I say like that takes like maybe like 30 minutes, and then
Is it
like
worth
that.
it?
Not necessarily. No, I mean it's cool for like it's cool. Don't get me
Uh,
wrong, but I'm like, you know,
I guess just to do it, right? I mean, just to be
yeah,
like,
it's like
because
it's like some cool shit. It's just like
just.
a cool photo op type vibe. Because I'm like, shit, I could smoke a regular joint, I'd still be cool. But I'm
Mhm.
like, it's cool to smoke, I guess, like a shape. But I'm like, it hits cool if you do that shit right. And I'm like, you can really make that shit hit perfectly though.
I feel like it's also like just a thing where you can be like, you can just say like, oh, I did it, you know, like I
Exactly,
smoked it and
exactly,
I rolled it, you know, like
exactly. That's all it
uh
is.
but do you like, do you like it, or like that, like have you ever like, I guess like messed up when you were almost close to being done, or like or do you just take your time, or you,
See,
or just a
that's me. I
general.
take breaks.
Okay, okay, okay.
So like while I'm doing it, I'll do one part, let it chill. I'm
Hmm.
smoking and shit. Like I'm usually, if I'm rolling those, I'm usually already in a session with people and shit. So I'm like, I'll do one part, come back to it, do another part, come back to it, and kind of let it like harden a little bit by itself a little bit, so I can kind of let it rest and then get to the next part. So I'm like, because I'm like, if you try to do it all at once, I'm like, for me personally, I'm like, that's yeah, it's not a vibe. That's when shit get fucked up and shit.
Hell yeah, man. Damn. Okay. Um, that's what's up, bro. Do you have like another like a shape that you want to do, or that you're trying to accomplish?
Not necessarily, but I can't lie. I've been looking at the Scorpion one, and I'm like, I think I might try it just for the hell of it.
Was it more difficult the circle or the cross joint?
Shit, probably the circle, just because I'm like, I can't lie, that bitch was a little hard to hit at first. You gotta like really like pull for your life on that shit when it first get lit.
The circle one?
Yeah,
Damn. Yeah, I figured because like if you really think about it, like it's like a circle, right? It's like this, right?
yeah, because it was supposed to be like an unk,
Like a what again?
a unk.
An unk?
Yeah, it's like a religious symbol or a
Oh,
tribal symbol, either or. I'm not sure, but I think it's like a religious symbol. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like associated like with Egyptian, and fuck, and I think like it represents something like at the top. It's like I think it's like about like birth or rebirth. Are you googling it?
yes.
You cool? Because I'm like, gee, I'm over here, I'm high, I'm like, fuck, and I feel like Erica Badu had a song about it, bro, and I'm like, fuck, I can't remember what she was saying.
Look, I'm like I put UNC symbol. Wait, no, but how you spell it?
I thought it was UNC. Well,
You
oh fuck, UNC. Um, fuck. Damn. I really thought it
uh
was UNC.
oh wait, hold on, let's see. This?
Yes,
Oh, okay,
that's
gotcha.
what it was supposed to be. Yep,
There you go. Okay, I can see that now.
yep. Egyptian. Yep.
There you go.
I see a lot
The
of little
the the ank the
hieroglyphics.
ank. I think that's how you said this the ank.
Ain't I said the unk.
Ank. So I guess you were almost there.
There we go.
UNC.
No, that is.
Funny man, but that's what's up, bro. I mean, I don't know how these people could actually like do art with like the concentrates. Like I don't know if you ever seen like those posts like on social media where like they be having like the pic with like already all like having a design and shit. Like,
No, I can believe it. I mean, shit. I mean, if you into art, if you're creative,
mhm.
you can do almost anything. That's what I'm like, and I like art. I would consider myself a creative, so I'm like, shit. If you fuck with it, you can do something.
Yeah, I bet. But like I guess like the whole point. I mean like. You take so much time and then you just kind of just like put it on a puff core or on your rig and then in like second it dissolves.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean like it's cool enough. I mean like I don't know, but like again like
It's just
I
like some
guess
shit to say, like I did it type shit.
yeah, right, or like if you're passionate, like about doing that, you feel me? Like why not, like but
Exactly.
I don't know. It's very interesting like what you can really do, man. At the thing at the end of the day, it just gets hate, you know. Um, by that I mean like the cannabis itself, like in general, bro. Because like, you know,
Yeah, I feel that most
uh,
definitely.
but I guess like since you say you like art and all, like what 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 has been like your favorite art piece? Like you got one
Art
like
piece.
yeah, like I guess like that you seen and it's still like you can still remember from like I guess back of your
Oh,
mind or
easily.
something.
I would say Annie Lee. My mom, my grandma, my aunties, like all of them, like I almost feel like a lot of like black women from back in the day had an Annie Lee piece. And there's this one Annie Lee piece which it's like this lady who's like laying on her bed and she's like weeping down, like she's like getting up in the morning type shit. And yeah, I can remember the painting like like it's on the back of my head.
This one right here.
there we go.
And like,
The
what,
blue.
like, tell me about it. Like what, like, like, let's get deep into it.
I mean, for me, it just makes me think of honestly, like the woman in my family, mainly my grandmother, because she was the one who kind of started everybody with like the Annie Lee shit, because she
Hmm.
was like a huge fan. So I'm like, I don't know. It makes me feel like I'm at home. That's what I'm like having one because I'm like I used to have some Annie Lee, but I'm like I can't lie. I'm like I gave most of it away once I moved to my new spot. But I'm like I kind of want to get another piece now, just because I'm like yeah, it reminds me of home.
Nice. I mean, I just by looking at it right now, like the vibrant of the blue, like on the wall to like the bed,
Exactly.
and then like the right here, like the rug, like the detail on it.
Hmm.
That's pretty dope.
And then she had a store in the burbs, which it made it cool because I'm from Harvard, Illinois, so I'm like shit. And I think her store is like in Glenwood or Linwood, which is like maybe like 20 minutes away. So
Oh,
being able
okay.
to actually go to her actual store was actually that's cool. And she was like a black artist.
And it was just full of like her paintings and stuff like that, or like
Hmm.
was it like
Paintings. She had like little mini sculptures and shit. A whole bunch of
damn?
like random stuff, like even home goods type vibe. Because I think my grandparents had like oven mitts and like little towels and shit with her prints on it.
That's what's up, bro. The I feel like the way that art is made, like the story behind just one image is pretty powerful in certain ways. Like that kind of amazes me, and like like it's still, like there's no movement, no sound, like you're just looking at it, and it's like in different perspectives because of different people's point of view on it. It's
Hmm.
but
No, I totally agree.
do you have a different like another piece in mind that comes to mind?
Um, Another one that comes to mind. Hmm. I mean, I can't lie. Like maybe like one of the most recent pieces I've done is like this picture of Grace Jones, and I think I actually because it's hanging up right here. But I'm like, yeah, I just been fucking with it. It was kind of like on some quick shit, but I'm like, for
Oh
me, it's just
shit.
like, yeah. So I'm like, this is like the last painting I did because I'm like, I only paint like when I'm like inspired to do so type shit.
Hmm.
Because other than that, I'm like, yeah, I might bounce around to like different mediums and shit.
You got more paintings?
I do. Let's see. What else? Oh my God.
Let's look at the gallery
And
of
I'm like, this one was like
Jaylen.
a little random one, like with spray paint and shit, me just playing around. And then I got this other one. It's kind of old, but I'm like, it's still kind of.
That's
So I
what's
don't know
up.
if you ever seen like a picture of the girl with the pearl earring. It's like a famous portrait type shit. But I got inspired from that, and I just made like a black version with a dude type shit with the stud earring.
No, I don't think I've ever seen the painting. And it's
Yeah, I
just
think
like
it's really
it's
it's
just
on.
it's just like that though, like just the
Yeah,
way
same, but like yeah, Google that one. Now that's something you should look at.
what's it called?
The girl with the pearl earring or the peasant with the pearl earring, one of the two.
Oh yeah, right away. Girl with the pearl earring. Oh, yeah. See, sometimes, bro, um, you listen to other podcasts or no?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm a heavy
Uh,
fox.
do you listen to Joe Rogan?
I don't listen to Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay, never mind. You won't get the joke then. But I really need an assistant sometimes when it gets to do with like this type of stuff, cause like like I need like someone be like, hey, can you like look up that picture right now while we're talking, like but this one,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, well, not this one. How old is this painting?
I don't. I know it's like it got it. Yeah, I know it's old as
Okay.
shit for sure, for sure.
It's an oil painting by Jonas Demier. Vermeer, a Dutch Golden Age painter. Oh shit, this is made by oil and oil paints. That's crazy. I think one of my favorite paintings it has to be, I guess, the Fallen Angel.
Hmm. It
Is
sounds
it?
familiar.
Is it? No, it's actually no. They call it. It's actually a Lucifer one. Um, well, yeah, actually, Fallen Angel. This one right here.
Oh yeah, no, gee, that's
I,
cool as shit.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. Just this. I don't know the way that it looks. They because I seen a video where they kind of made comparison on like paintings to films,
Mm-hmm.
and this painting came up, and they compared it to the Star Wars with Luke Skywalker. Do you know what I'm
I
talking
can
about?
see that. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and
'Cause
I
I'm
was
like, I
like,
wish they.
I could see that, but besides this painting, dude, I think I I don't know too much on it, but the point is, yeah, dude, it's just art, bro. It's art. It's just amazing. Have you been to like the museums here, like art museum or the
Oh, of
other?
course.
Was
Yeah,
it the
because I'm like,
is it the M?
MCA.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it the
Uh-huh.
MCA?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because like what MCA, what that's free like on Tuesdays, and then the Art Institute is free on Thursdays,
Hmm.
and then shit, Chicago got so many little galleries and shit. There's actually a gallery in Hyde Park called Connect Gallery. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even pop this candy in, but
Hey, don't worry, man.
man,
What is it?
yeah,
Munchies or edibles?
munchies right now. I'm like shit, but no, this is a gallery in Hyde Park called Connect Gallery. Cool ass gallery. It's like right across the street from the Silver Room.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm gonna be hosting an event there at the end of the summer, and then we're gonna be doing like an art gallery and do like some live auction type shit
And
and
that's
get.
like legit already, like planned out and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So tell us about this. You got the name and shit already of like the event?
So I'm
Because
sorry. Let me.
I know you got another event coming in February, which we're gonna get to that too.
Mm-hmm.
But tell us on this one. Actually, you know what? Let me refill on some more infused Jack and Coke because I kind of finished. We'll take a
Uh,
break right now. What were we talking about? What were we just talking about before we did the break?
oh, the
Oh yeah,
events that
the
about talking
event.
about.
Yeah, the summer one. Yeah. So tell us about that. So it's gonna be at a gallery.
Yeah, so that one is going to be at a art gallery in
Hmm.
Hyde Park called Connect Gallery. Right now, I'm working with like local artists to try to like get them to like be able to like have their art on exhibit as well as work with the existing exhibit that's going to already be up, and also do like a live painting session, a couple of those like at the same time, and then afterwards we want to do like a silent auction type vibe, and then also bring in like more of like the edibles on this one. So
Gotcha.
this one I do want to like, what was that?
I was gonna ask you, they're kind of not like on that allow consumption allowing. That's why.
I mean, they're cool with vapes, but it's just like as far as like with flower, just because of the location, because there's residential on top of it, so
Mm,
they're nervous about it getting in their space. So I'm like, I was gonna aim that one a little bit towards like the edibles and really focused on like infused cocktails type vibes and kind of like just make it like a little elevated art gallery with the community type shit.
gotcha. That'll be fucking dope, bro. Have
Oh
you
yeah,
have you
must.
have you thought of well for your artist, do you have like like the specific ones or like do you or you're open like to any kind of like artists out there in Chicago?
Honestly, I'm open to any, Cause I'm like, Chicago has so much talent. So I'm like, if you know any, I'm like, shit, send them my way type shit. Cause I'm like, yeah, I just want to get it to a point where like this will be an event, like when the artists are like, they're gonna walk away with some type of money. Cause I'm like, I want to like auction off as much as possible if we can.
Yeah, most definitely. I actually got one for you that I had to probably slide him your way after this pod. Um, he sometimes works with me too. He kind of helps me out recording on events and stuff like that. But most definitely, especially since he kind of dropped a comic book too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shout out to Paul and Gummo. That's how he goes by, and it's literally like just two characters. You know what? I'll even show you real quick, bro. Let me show you your page. See, see, man, this is where it comes where I need somebody else. So whoever's listening, if y'all down to be part of the Canna Vibe, all you gotta do is just click the buttons on the computer. But yeah, look, this is my guy. Uh, so like this is something.
Oh yeah, no, that shit cool.
Like he did this because he seen the Terrifier. He was telling me that he was based on the Terrifier shit. So
Yeah, I love that.
like it's just like, dude, like you see, like, come on, man, like,
Yeah,
so
no, dude, that's dope.
so yeah, so like I mentioned to you, my guy, I'll slide him your way and stuff, and we'll go from there for sure. And most definitely, I'll be down to pop out and vlog it,
Good
but
shit, good shit.
yeah, so let's go back to last month, last year, ending the year of 2024, and it was the Nightmare Before Christmas, my guy. So tell us a little bit of like the insight to this event.
Um, I can't lie. I mean, it was one of those things where I used to always go to that place. Because I used to always have like, shit, I like the gelato. I like Sideshow. My first event, I had, a Sideshow in it, but I didn't know like there was a place in Chicago where you can actually, see something like that. And then after I left one of the events, I went to, ask if the owner was available, and shockingly, he was. And I told him what I wanted to do and my vision for the, Nightmare Before Christmas, and they were all, all on board. And that's kind of like what started all of it. Honestly, it was just like a little bit like of leaping out on faith and just having a conversation with someone, just because I like the space and I like what I saw. And yeah, they were willing, to take a chance on me. Honestly, just because this was their first cannabis event in that space, and yeah, it was a really good turnout.
Oh, really? That was okay, interesting. So like, was it hard for the owner to kind of accept it, or like he kind of just he heard you out and he kind of went,
I think honestly, he really just heard me out. And shit, I was pretty. I don't want to say thirsty, but I was thirsty just because I'm like, with this shit, you kind of have to be to like, get your vision executed sometimes. So I'm like, I was pretty persistent anyway, just because I'm like with communication. As soon as he gave me that okay, I started reaching out to like a graphic designer. I started reaching out to like sponsors, other people in the industry, and then networking heavy, going to a shitload of fucking cannabis events just to like pass out like flyers and shit and let people know what's going on, reaching out to like all the dispensaries that are like in like a 10-mile radius of that place just so we can make sure we get all of those bud tenders in there. And just really trying to like bring that brand awareness to something like that, just because I'm like, yes, it's open to the public, but we really want it to be like for like, people who are in the industry and people who want to get into the industry as well. Like I really always push to like have that as like a key part of my audience.
gotcha, my guy. So like, you were saying that there was you were trying to get to the dispensaries that was like within the 10-mile radius from the spot. How many dispensaries were there then, like within the 10-mile radius?
Shit. Honestly, the list I can't even remember right now, but I'm like the list of like people I was in contact with was it had to at least been like maybe 10 to 12 if I went out a little bit. Cause I'm like there were a lot of dispensaries I reached out to, and I can't lie, smoke shops were included too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like
Well, why? Just wondering why. Like, like.
I mean, just because I'm like they have products that benefit from the cannabis industry, so why not pop out, see what's up, and if you can network while you're there, shit, even better. Or if you just want to come out and have a good time and vibe, shit, you might learn about some other shit that might it it just might be beneficial for everybody.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, why not, right? The paraphernalia for the accessories and stuff. You never know, right?
Exactly.
But that's what's up, bro. Um, so like for those who don't know, I was there. The vlog is on YouTube. Um, no, yeah, bro. I actually had a fun time with the homie that came with me. We did had a good time. It was very chill, laid back, nothing too crazy. Um, the vendors, which were I got to talk to everyone majority except for I think one I didn't. Um, but you had great brands, bro. You had the abstract. Was it the abstract? No, no. You had
Yeah, it was
no.
abstract.
Was
It
it?
was
Yeah, yeah,
abstract.
yeah,
You had Higher Self with the 1937 group.
yeah,
You had Canna. You had Culinary Cannabis Company. You had Bonsai Bakery. You had 1906. Yeah, that is 1906, right? Yeah.
yeah.
I get so confused with the numbers and shit sometimes. I'm like, oh shit. And then Brave Space Alliance.
Yeah, so yeah, so it's like you had a little bit of everything there. Um and even myself, bro, I came out with like networking with some of these companies and that's what I love about going to these events and it's that network connections. But of course just having that common thing which is cannabis, the love for the plant.
Exactly.
Um and knowing the fact that we were all high and just kind of looking at the ag stages um was entertaining, bro. I felt like I was kind of mind blown at some of these acts, like I was like, holy shit.
No, seriously, seriously. That's what I'm like. I'm all about like creating like an experience and like making it something that like some more very curated but memorable at the same time.
Yeah, but my favorite act was probably the and I was like, good thing I kind of came in the right time too, because like I kind of had to go all over the place. But I left the when they took a break the first time, and then I kind of was bouncing around, and then I went back, and it was where the lady had the sword going down her throat, and I was like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
she's dope. I fucking love her, man.
Yeah, but also the dude was funny though. The dude with the
With the nail
imaginary,
and shit.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But yeah, bro. So I really can't wait for the next one that you did say it was in February. So like,
So
what do you
February.
what you got for us for February?
So February, I decided to push it back because I found a beautiful venue that's located like in the heart of like what neighborhood is that? The Belmont Red Line stop. It's like literally right off of there. What area is that? I think this like I know it's on the north side, regardless. But I
Mm.
found this new venue. We agreed on a date, and the date is going to be June 14th. It's going to be called the Love Fest. And now this one, I'm reaching out to people now, like as far as like with vendors and sponsorships and all of that. But I am going to reach out to the Sesh Bus as well because this is going to be a venue where the Sesh Bus will be able to have a parking spot. And yeah, the venue is cool as shit. It's called the Rainbow da, 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 Unicorn. A
The
rainbow
rainbow
unicorn.
unicorn. Okay.
Yeah, it's dope as fuck.
If you could give us like a little sneak detail of like what is this like like how's the inside like what how is one gonna walk into this building like how we did
I mean,
to
honestly, the vibe in it, it reminds me of like Rainforest Cafe, but think of a unicorn cafe. So like yeah, I don't know if you ever been to Rainforest. It was like
yeah yeah, yeah.
decorated, like heavily decorated. This place
uh
is super decorated. It's a lot of greenery. It's like I don't know, like shit. You gonna be feeling like you chilling with like leprechauns or some shit, like over the rainbow. Like it's some real cool shit.
you're
Low
gonna
key
smoke
kind of
the rainbow,
trippy.
y'all.
Exactly. That's why I'm like the venue's cool as shit. And yeah, I'm gonna be partnering with another nonprofit. We're gonna be doing a clothing drive, so we're gonna be asking people to bring in clothing. That it's like that fits the season, so we can actually get it to people, who need it now, type of thing. And then I am gonna be doing some type of side shows where I book another entertainer or two. I did already book a magician. He's gonna be there to like walk around with the crowd and like do close up magic tricks. And then right now we're just working on like what the menu and everything is gonna look like.
Gotcha, bro. Any any like sponsors already that are on board?
I mean, I literally just sent out the deck today, but we do have two brands that are like excited and ready to come back again. One of them being the Culinary Cannabis Company.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't wait to have them back. There's the one who had lemonade. I don't know if you remember.
I'm sorry, who again?
And then the Culinary Cannabis
Oh
Company, the
yeah,
one
yeah.
they had the lemonades.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Uh,
Yes,
uh,
and then
hold on, bro.
let me
So you said that you had the culinary cannabis for the event, and then who else?
let me just make sure I got that right. And then the other one is going to be Puff Pass Prints. They're the ones who had the cannabis coloring books, and then they also had the tarot card readings.
Okay, okay, but gotcha. I think that was the one that I didn't get a chance to talk to. But I kind of did from afar peep like she had a coloring book.
Oh
Um,
yeah, the
I, I
coloring books are really cool. I love her coloring books.
I wanted to talk to her about that, but do you have one of hers?
No, I actually bought them and I gave them to my mom and then my aunt because I'm like I got them both into cannabis and they both like coloring, so I'm like it's a perfect gift for people who do like to color.
Yeah, so I don't know, something about coloring. Um, like honestly, I have kids, so my son he's in kindergarten and he's in that age well at that time where his homework is like coloring, right? Like the
Mhm.
like one is green or the two is brown, the three is yellow, whatever. And I'm like, damn, I be like looking at him like cut doing his work, and I'm like, damn, like I miss sometimes doing that shit, like.
No, I
That's
feel
just
that.
like simpler times, like
Hell yeah,
you ain't even worry about anything, but just like
worry
because you're
free,
yeah, right.
man.
uh, but yeah, so that's what's up, bro. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, overall, prior to the Nightmare Before Christmas, did you ever do any other events?
Yeah, I did this event in the suburbs at the Speakeasy Bar, and it was like what was it? High Times, Damn, I should know this, and I'm just high right now. But yeah, I did do another event. That one I was sponsored by Days Off. Um, we had like a cabaret dancer. I had other entertainment there. I know we had the Sesh Bus there. We had like a patio vibe and shit going on. We had food. It was a cool bar, and yeah, that one was pretty fun. I can't lie. That was the actual first event I did.
Gotcha. And how was that for you? Like, how was the first event for you?
Honestly, it was like a great turnout. Um, but A Nightmare Before Christmas was huge, like, in my opinion, in comparison to that one, because I'm like, this one brought out more way more people, and then the crowd was like super duper diverse, like, and I love to see that.
In the Nightmare Before Christmas one?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's just been a learning experience, as far as like with planning and learning how to like reach out and networking, figure out who you need to talk to try to get you know.
So like I guess like to I guess hosting events and stuff, like what has been like a struggle that you kind of noticed? So is it like getting the venue?
Um, I would say maybe just getting a venue that lets you consume inside. Like that's the only thing that I'm like it's kind of hard. Other than that, I'm like, yeah, everything else is decent. If you know, kind of like, yeah, you just got to be outside. You got to be outside. You got to be networking. You kind of got to be looking at shit. Um, but yeah, if you can find places that let you consume inside, I think that's a plus.
Gotcha. No, most definitely, bro. I feel like once you have a spot that lets you smoke inside, I think that's where it's gonna go down. Cause like I think that's what people are looking for, a space to smoke inside. Cause once you're smoking outside, I mean, like right now in the winter here in Chicago, it's fucking like it could be windy, it could be
Ex-
cold. If you're smoking a joint, that should be canoeing.
Hmm?
Again, you don't have a lot of blunt smokers, so a blunt could kind of handle it, but like a
Exactly.
joint, nah,
Oh
man.
yeah, no, that she ain't going nowhere. I mean,
Yeah.
she.
But unless you do like the Benjamin or a Puffco, but like besides that, it's yeah, no, I don't know. It's more I feel like a day like a summer day or a day where it's not cold, windy, like the weather is nice. I ain't gonna lie, like today.
Exactly.
Today was like
Absolutely.
blunt weather. I ain't gonna lie. Like I ain't gonna lie,
You're
man.
not lying.
Like
I mean, it felt
today
like fall.
today I went to the shop and I'm like, I'm gonna go get me a pack of blunts. And I did, bro. I rolled me a blunt. That shit was smacking. Um but yeah, bro. There's never nothing wrong to face a blunt, guys. I
No.
coming into the industry when I first started this, I really thought we were gonna have a lot of blunt smokers, but I was totally wrong.
I
They
mean, I
they
can't
let
lie.
uh
I agree. I agree. I started with blunts.
Yeah, well, definitely. That was the first thing I learned how to roll was a blunt.
Hmm?
I learned actually how to roll a Dutch. That was the first blunt I learned how to roll, bro. A Dutch.
Hell yeah.
But before and then next I actually learned how to roll in college. But before college, of course I had my boys in high school roll and stuff. So we would go to the alley before or after school and just kind of like toke around. Um, but good times, man. Good simpler times. Where we were just kids, man.
Oh, most definitely.
Uh, but but yeah, man. I mean, but like, what got you into cannabis?
Honestly, I mean, shit, my family.
Gotcha.
Growing up with like cousins who already was smoking, and then I got to the point of me smoking with my older cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And then being, like fresh out of high school, smoking with friends and shit. And then honestly, from there, I kind of got introduced to like, when cannabis got legal in Illinois. I tried the dispensary and then I kind of got hooked ever since, as far as like with the dispensary weed versus going to like my street plug. And then from there, now I kind of go to my street plug
Mm-hmm.
or I go to a dispensary. I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm open to either or. But nowadays, my street plugs are like people who I know who grow.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. That's kind of I think that's the way to go nowadays. But again, I think times just changed than how it was before.
Oh,
Because
oh
like
yeah.
back then. Cannabis here wasn't legal, we had to get it from the plug. We had to get it from like our friend that knew somebody, or that, he got it,
Mhm.
quote unquote, got it from Cali or whatever.
Exactly, exactly. It all came from.
Yeah, they all came from, and they still say they come from Cali.
Exactly.
I actually, I was talking to somebody on the pod a few months ago, and I forgot if it was me or the person, but regardless, what we were saying was we rather have, I guess, like we rather believe you saying that you went to, I don't know, like Michigan or something like that, than saying I got my shit from Cali. Because, like, if you really think about it, like, think about it. Like, if you really think about it, like, you're really saying that somebody flew your shit, from, over
Hmm.
over X amount of states, like, I don't, or if you drove, like, I don't know, it's like, but then again, it's like, who knows, who knows that other side of that story, unless they're very
Yeah.
transparent.
That part.
But it gotta be from fucking Cali though.
Man. No, seriously. That's
No,
everybody's selling point.
but yeah, man. I mean, again, it just changed because now you get lace weed. I don't know, bro. I feel like you're very safer if you really don't want to spend on a dispensary price product. Find you somebody that knows how to grow, or is like legit. Like you know where their source is coming from, or like, again, I think it's that honesty, but not a lot of people are honest here if you really think about it, like.
Exactly. And that's what I'm like. I can't lie. And that's what I don't mind the dispensary. At least, typically, if I'm buying from a dispo, I get good customer service, and I know exactly what strand I'm getting. Like for real, for real, for real.
All right, and another thing I did mention before is, like, for example, like, you used to say, let's say you got it from your plug, and the plug says it's, I don't know, fucking rainbow sherbet number 11, and you smoke it, right? And then once you go to a dispensary and you get that same strain, and it's maybe a way different taste than what you got before, then you start to wonder, did I really smoke
Exactly.
what they really said it was? What the fuck did I really smoke, bro?
Man, no,
Like,
like for real, for real.
but again, back then times was different. And I mean, I'm saying this because, like, you know, I was what, like a high schooler back then, like I guess, quote unquote, lucky that my friends, they had it already, or like they knew somebody that they trusted. So it's like, you know, but you hear a lot of stories though. You hear a lot of stories where people are get fucked up. They really do.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Or it's just a bad experience, and that's where I feel like that's where, like, the stereotypes to start to come in, or like the negativity towards cannabis starts to come in, because, like, at the end of the day, yeah, everyone's intake on cannabis, once it's in your system, is different. It's different. My high compared to your high, you
Oh,
know
easily. Yeah.
so 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 but again, like, once you see somebody that, like, is not acting right once they're high, or like, you just kind of see bad behavior towards it, then you kind of are like, you start to think, like, is that how really people are, or not? But again, it's not meant for everybody though.
Yeah, that's true. That's totally
Like, I
true.
seen people who can't handle it, bro. Like, I'm just like, yeah, don't do this again.
No, seriously, seriously. I've seen it too. And I'm like, I think it even can go to like maybe, like if they're interested, maybe you got a micro dose.
Right, maybe,
Or
like,
maybe you got to do
start
like
small, like,
something.
start somewhere, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, you gotta know yourself too, like, you know, like, 9 times out of 10, I rather, have something that's like medicinal, over, a beer or so. It's just right now, because I
Yeah.
can't smoke inside. And one, I don't have a Benjamin with me. I don't have dabs because I finished that shit. But like, trust me, bro. If I had it, you would see me puffing on it right now. But again, this is why like I have an infused drink here. And that's another thing that as time progresses, a lot of people are gonna get started is gonna start getting more creative on how they can infuse things, how can they make things with cannabis. It's not just
Oh, most
smoking,
definitely.
it's not just eating. This is why we have creams. This is why we have like tropicals. Like oils.
Yeah.
So like it's a lot of things that we can do with it. It's just how it's just the way to learn how to do it. Because like I feel like honestly you can pretty much do anything with it. You just gotta learn how to do it.
Hmm.
I think people make it, or they the way they say it makes it seem hard, but I don't think it's that hard. It's just trial and error.
Oh, most definitely.
Because at the end of the day, it's science.
Yeah, that's kind of all it is to it.
It's just science, chemical reactions.
Hmm.
Pretty big, bro. I'm sorry.
No, that's super interesting though. No, the shit is mad interesting.
It is interesting, bro. It is, and I think the more that we research and the more that we acknowledge it, and the more that we kind of educate others, I think it's just gonna get better. But the sad thing is it's that I don't know if it's ever gonna get to that point, or if our lifetime is gonna get to that point. But the only thing I do know is that us, like as many people say, call us pioneers to this industry, is
Yeah.
that we gotta kind of like lead. We gotta show the way. Well, like, although the way is very different and is very and it's on your own terms and way, because like I feel like there's no right and wrong. It's
Hmm.
just it's just the way you are as a person, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So that's the only thing that kind of fucks it up here in the industry. Because like although a lot of people I feel like isn't into that drama shit, but they kind of see it,
Oh yeah.
So like like right now, like there's a lot of it's just I feel like there's a lot of bullshit going on in the industry, but again, it's like I guess we just gotta go through it, but at the same time, it's like we gotta make the best of it. Like so, we all stay in our own lane, but like I feel like this is the industry where we should kind of get along, because you know why hate on you if you liked smoking weed, like why
No,
why can't
seriously.
why can't I not get along with you and pass a doink with you, or a dab, like why can't we, like, like just be in a room and just chill, you feel me?
No, seriously though.
Like another thing about it is the competency. um I'm just a podcaster, bro, but I see the competency in other people, and it is what it is. But like, it's more of like how you present yourself to people.
No, I totally agree. And like you said, it is what it is, but I'm like, shit. I mean, I'm all about collabing. I'm super open-minded to collab with I mean, because I'm like, shit, you helping the next person might be, your blessing right there. You might be getting something for, you never know what happened. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I believe in treating people how you want to be treated with that shit.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And like how I mentioned earlier, like we kind of been through a lot since COVID and all. Why actually add on more to it?
Exactly.
You know, try to find some peace and all, and share the love of cannabis. Especially in a state where it's regulated a lot, and
Exactly.
laws keep changing. I felt like a lot of people were looking at this opportunity of being legal in a I would say like liberal way.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it wasn't. It's more of like we're taxing your ass for smoking, and I think a lot of us here, you know, are is I guess blind enough to not realize it. But I don't know, man. I mean, maybe because we know somebody besides the dispensary,
Oh, exactly.
but it's like another key point to this is I was talking to my last guest on this, and he mentioned too about like what if like each vendor that you've seen in these events had their own little shop, how convenient it would be for everybody. Like how many of those options is available to you? Like not just reg, but I'm talking about like medical cannabis, as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
like a spot or like spots where like you don't need to be like hold to one dispensary or anything. Like if you don't like what they got, you can feel free to walk out and walk to another one and see what they have.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if I'm like like I said, if I'm growing myself and next door like a few blocks down, buddy fucking is also growing but has different shit than what I do. Like I can't just hold my customers like how these MSOs are doing. Like how they were doing. Like I'm not sure if you were aware of like the whole um you know GTI situation and shit like that, but like uh but again, um, it's like more towards like the people who do really need it though.
Mm-hmm.
But but just like how you're walking to like a candy shop, you have all your options. Why can't we just walk into
No,
to,
seriously,
to
why
your
can't it be so
local
simple?
your local like grower or something? Like I don't even want to call them trappers because they're not trappers. They're just people who grow plants.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, if we don't burn it or anything, it's just a plant, bro. I mean, like if we see it like 2 to 3 feet away from us, it's just a plant. Like it's not gonna do anything to us. Like
Exactly.
so. I don't know, man. It's very controversial here in Illinois, and I feel like the more this community should be united than anything.
No, I totally agree on that.
Uh,
I,
hmm.
no, you can go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say some shit, but I low-key kind of forgot. Uh, but like, I don't know, man. Like, how about with yourself though? Like within like events, because I do see this with a lot of hosters. You either pick the legal way, or you either pick or you don't. So like. What do you think on that? Like how do you see that? Like do you ever think of hosting an event where you have a lot of vendors, or you're strictly just trying to go like the legal way?
I mean, as of right now, I want to go the legal way, but
And
the
I
thing
don't
is,
sorry, but it's like I don't want to call it the legal way because I don't
but
want
I
to.
get what you're saying. I get
But
what you're saying. But the only reason I really want to go the legal way is because if we go the legal way, there actually are a couple benefits just for like the community, because there are different like brands that are like black and brown owned, and I'm like, if we can contribute, like if we can spend our money, and if we are going to the dispensary, why not shop certain brands that are doing things for the community? So I'm like, I feel like if we can make them successful, that just opens up a space for more of us to be able to, get into it legally, even though unfortunately, like you did say, like it's tax, but I'm like, since we are in this scenario, like why not, if we go there, like why not buy consciously?
I had here's another thing. Another person I had on the pod too, said that this the tax is like a security. Do you really think that? Like, do you think it's a security like that tax?
Like a security in what way though?
Like you know exactly what's in that you're smoking, like you know exactly the percentage and all, like like of course it's different shopping with like your plug compared to like shopping with an actual store, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the only difference is like that certificate of an analysis. That's the only
Yeah.
that's the only difference, dude. I honestly that's the only difference. But that I think that's the only thing that taxes you is that reassurance of like this is what you're smoking.
I can see that. I can't lie. Like when you break it down like that, oh fuck yeah. And
But
I can't lie. People kind of would pay for that too because it's a sense of security. Just because, like you said, like nowadays motherfuckers like you might get some shit that's late, so you got to be careful out here. Like you gotta make sure you know who your plug is for real. And that's what I'm like.
literally,
Support your growers for real, for real. If you getting from the street, find somebody who grows. There's a lot of motherfuckers that do that shit.
yeah. And if you qualify for a medical card, you can literally legally grow up to 5 plants.
Exactly. So why
The
not?
Yeah, right. The only thing I don't like about this state is that they took it away from the recreational users. Because you could have grown up to same amount of plants, 5 plants in your own home, bro.
I
And
know. That's what I'm like. I've
and
been teeter-tottering on like if I want to get a license, a
see,
medical license for
recent
Illinois.
I recently kind of heard, and I even got the link to it too. That there's this license where it's like thing less than $500 where you can like grow ultimate like plants. But I believe it has to be like hemp.
Oh, okay.
But see, that's the loophole though.
That's interesting. That's super interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I could probably send it to you after, but so you can look at it. But that's something that's kind of been on my mind too, and it's like maybe but then again, like that's considered like your Delta 8, your THCA, your CBD.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, that's very beneficial, but I feel like especially with the CBD, I feel like that's more like medicinal beneficial wise, you feel me?
Most definitely. Yeah.
Because I feel like more of our audience is more of like, rec people who, like to smoke, like to get high, like to feel that euphoric feeling, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Uh but yeah, man. I mean, like, what about you, man? What's your endpoint, on THCA?
I mean, like you said, THCA, Delta 8, Delta
Have you
9.
smoked it?
Have I smoked that? I mean, I can't lie. And some of the shit I be like some of these infused joints, they be having, the THCA or some of it has a Delta 9, Delta 8. But I'm like, I haven't just smoked THCA by itself though. I see it at a lot of places and I'm
Mhm.
like, I've been curious, but I'm like, yeah, no, I ain't really fucked with it yet. Have you?
Yeah, I have. I
How is
just
it?
honestly, I have a high tolerance, so I need to smoke probably like twice as much as what I need than I guess THC, but like the same point, well, kind of what a lot of us know already or starting to know is it's pretty much the same shit though. Like you're literally kind of just dropping the A once you're burning the plant.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which a lot of people don't know that, but it's understandable because like I feel like a lot of nowadays you're starting to know more about the cannabinoids, like the cannabinoid system of our system, the different type of cannabinoids that the plant has in itself, like it doesn't just has to do with THC and CBD. You have your CBG, your
Exactly.
CBN. You have a shit ton of other, you know, um, cannabinoids that is very helpful for us, bro. But
Hmm.
you know that I think that's why that's where us as a community and I want to include everybody because like we really have, and I'm gonna point out to all those people, and it's like you have those people who really think they know everything, but sometimes they really don't.
Oh, most definitely.
So like within this industry, bro, I
No, I'm already.
can't.
It's a lot of know-it-alls, but I'm
Yeah,
like, man,
I can't come into this industry thinking I know everything because I don't, bro. Because every fucking day there's something new going on in this industry,
exactly.
whether if it's in Illinois or not, bro. There's
I mean, it's forever
always
evolving and changing anyway.
right. So there's always something new. So I always tell everybody, it's like you gotta come here with an open mind and not think that you know it all, and don't take like if someone tells you that your way is not right or wrong. Because I personally think in this industry, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just a different way of things to do.
Exactly.
You know, it's just whatever works for you, bro. You just gotta find your what your way.
Hmm.
Um, but but yeah, man. I mean, you just gotta be humble, but not too humble, if you know what I mean.
Oh, most definitely.
And it
I totally get
just
that shit.
and it just fucking sucks, especially if you're like more of a humble person. It does. Um, but yeah, my guy. I mean, um, I'm pretty baked off this Jack. Um, what were you smoking on today? Uh, I know you were talking on a joint when we started. So what were you talking on?
So I can't lie. This is actually like some shit I got when I went to Michigan. Because I can't lie, I was lazy. I actually went to the dispensary. Um, but yeah, it's this shit. It's called Top Smoke,
Oh,
and
I
it's like
know
a bag of
those.
fucking pre-rolls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know those. Yeah, yeah, I know those.
They're not bad. They're
They're
not
not that
bad.
bad. I got them on a tube, and I'm like when I first saw them, I'm like this shit don't look like it all smack, but that shit
Yeah, I
goes.
promise you. I see. At least you know it. At least you know it. Because I'm like, I went to what was the dispensary? I think it was like called like Vibes or some shit. It's like New Buffalo. And they like
Yeah,
promo because it's like they
yeah.
just opened,
I know
and it
what you're
was
talking
like
about.
40% off like your first purchase. Uh-huh.
Yes, yes, yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, shit, why not?
Oh, bro, I'm surprised I haven't ran into you in New Buffalo. I ain't gonna lie, cause I be going there. I
No,
ain't gonna lie.
seriously. I'm like, man, I go at least every other trip, and I usually just stock up on everything, and I'm like, shit, I'm decent.
Oh
And then
yeah,
when I shop
bro.
out here, I'm like, it's something particular.
See, with here, bro, I'm just a little like a little tiny little tiny little jelly of these medical patients here in Illinois, cause like they
Exactly.
they
See
they
that?
don't get taxed, bro. They
That's why I'm
don't.
thinking about getting the card because I'm like, if I
They
got the card,
fucking
it'll be
don't.
convenient.
But
Because
but
sometimes,
here's
man,
But here's the thing, though. I understand that because they do need it. They really do, and I understand that. But help a brother out sometimes, man. Help a homie out. Help a
I mean,
compa
I think
out,
a
bro.
420 should be like a tax-free day. Like they should like, come on now, this 420, this 420.
At least 420, man. Hey, y'all make it the best if y'all do on 710 as well. But like,
Man,
at least 420. At least, man. But honestly, bro, like. And another thing is that people are starting to catch on. Why not just hop on the E-way and go to Michigan?
oh fuck yeah! Like the
I'm
last time I went to
uh,
Jars, it was like I went to the DMV or some shit. Like it was crowded than a motherfucker in that bitch.
dude. Wait, did you go to Jars on New Buffalo?
Yep.
Which one? The one that's literally like
Right
literally
off the
down the
border, right off the border, right off of Indian. What is that?
Oh,
Is that Indiana? Some bullshit.
yes,
Indianapolis.
yes. Literally, it's literally Indiana, like a quarter mile, and
Yep.
then it's the Dispo, and it's Michigan right there. And it,
Right.
yes, yes, I know exactly what you're
You
talking about.
got
That
yep.
was
You got the refinery and shit is over there. It's another like
the
farm camp.
Bluminary, the Bluminaries up in there in New Buffalo.
Yep.
The
Hmm. You
USR,
got Herb. You got
yeah,
King of Bud.
Teens of
It's all
Buzz,
that
yeah.
shit. Like they all real close. So I'm like, it's like going like it's like going wholesale shopping real quick.
It's we going to the outlets right there. We're going to the Aurora
Exactly.
outlets. That's how it
Hell
is.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh no, bro. Most def, man. Most def. I love Michigan, bro. I mean, I've gone to like I gone to Detroit. I gone to Kalamazoo. I've gone to New Rapids. New of course New Buffalo. Um, but bro, it's just the culture out there. I always say it's the culture out there is very different, and I
Oh, hell
feel
yeah.
I feel more love out there than anything. Like people is very friendly. Like the community, like the bud tending is very different. And I'm not hating on our state, bro. But what the going back to like the medical patients here is like they're I can't say and I can't come and talk to you about every brand here, you know? Because again, one is the taxes. And if you really think about it, it's more like a real life problems and I like to start saying that a lot because I think that's what kind of opens people's minds or eyes, of like holy shit, you know? Because like if you really think about it, you're spending a gram an eighth almost like to $100.
Yeah.
And if you really don't know the brand and it's your first time, it's like a gamble, you know? Is it gonna smack? Is it not gonna smack?
Yeah.
Is it gonna taste good? Is it not gonna taste good?
That part, because yeah, you're not lying on that shit. Because
You
I'm like,
know?
when I first got into the dispensary, I feel like I spent a lot of money, and I'm like, sometimes I
I,
didn't feel like I spent the best money.
see, no, see, bro, this is why dude, don't like I can say I spend an hour on just like online browsing to like probably four dispensaries to see who has the best price. Or who has the best deals. I honestly do that because I'm trying to get the most for my money.
I
Don't get me
feel that.
wrong. Maybe I am snoozing on a brand or on a strain, but like but I'm really thinking for myself, and it's like I know myself, bro. That fucking eighth or that gram is. I don't mind the gram of wax. I ain't gonna lie, cause I know that shit's probably gonna last me a week. But like that eighth, bro, that $80 to $100 eighth, that shit's gonna last me literally like 30 minutes.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
And then what, bro? And then what? What
That's
am
what
I
I'm
what?
like, gee,
What am
like the
I
last
stuck
time,
with?
man. Because I'm like, ah,
What am I stuck with, man? Like I ain't stuck with shit. I'm just gonna enjoy the high, but then I'm like, oh fuck, like I guess I gotta re up again.
that part. That's what I'm like,
But then
man.
again, it's like I gotta wait till payday. Like
And that part, that fucking part. 'Cause I'm like, yeah, Illinois dispensaries, they only see me on certain times of the month, if that.
like
It just
I ain't gonna
depends. Like you
lie,
said,
bro.
you know,
Like I ain't gonna lie. Like I think I see. So I live in a neighborhood that has probably a dispensary. They just opened a dispensary near my house, which is probably like a what 10-minute drive. But the
okay.
prices, bro, the prices ain't it. The prices ain't it. So I gotta drive probably like another like I gotta drive a total of like 20 minutes away from 25 minutes away from my house to go to another dispensary that has deals like every day. But like again, I'm looking for the deals that I prefer because again, I like to smoke inside. I like to like watch TV or listen or just be wherever I'm very comfy. That's where I like to consume. Like it could be like in my crib, it could be like in a different setting in my car, whatever. Like once I feel comfortable, like just like the mood is right, the setting
Hmm.
is right. You just want to take a little dab or whatever, or a Benjamin hit. Go ahead, that then I do it. But like again, I don't smoke inside. I smoke outside. So you know, um, that's why I really love vaping, or I really love the concentrates. But trust me, bro, if I had the chance to smoke inside the crib, bro, fucking do it, bro. Eh, cause like it's like how they say, man. It's like your cup of wine at the end of the day, or your beer of the end of the day. You feel me? Like or your cigarette at the end of the day. I don't. It could
Yeah.
be anything, man. It's just the way you just like let go of everything that you kind of been through the day. You just relax. You just kind of come to yourself. Like. It's very. I find it very peaceful. If anything, man, it's just it's, I don't know. It's like how do I say it? Like not a way of life. It's just like it just helps you, bro. Cause like know.
No, most definitely. Because I'm like, yeah, when I get to the crib, I'm like, shit, it's usually my joint at the end of the day type vibe, or a couple of joints, depending on how the day was, and
Nah, for sure, bro. But yeah, man. I mean, I really do hope that the industry here in Illinois, gets fixed or gets in the right direction, because it's very in a different direction than I think a lot of us really thought it was. And at this point, it's like, what it is, what it is.
yeah.
But yeah, my guy. I mean, um, I don't know. Before we wrap it up, like, do you have anything else you want to talk about? You have any questions or anything?
Um, let me really think. Let me really think. I mean, shit. Accessories coming soon. That's the only thing I
Accessories
can
coming
think of.
soon.
Yeah, because I'm
Uh,
like, I am
you,
also
you,
working on that.
you want a little sneak peek on that, or
I
it's still in the
mean,
works? It's still in the
it's
works,
it's
or
still in the works, but I will say that's why I kind of wanted to push it back to June because it kind of gives me a little bit more time to make sure I can refine everything because I do want to make sure that we elevate the merch and shit, and give people something they can actually remember and it actually be useful.
gotcha, my guy, gotcha. Uh, but no, my guy. I think this kind of does wrap it up for us. I do appreciate you coming on a pod, and having a conversation with me today. Um, but uh, but yeah, ladies and gents, this was Jaylen from Black Herb. This isn't the last time you'll see him. You kind of just see how his events went down with the Nightmare Before Christmas. We did get a few sneak peeks of the upcoming events he got going on for us in the community. But yeah, I think this is not the last time that we'll see you here in Canada, bro.
Cool, cool, cool. Thanks for having me, bro. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, my guy. I'm really looking forward for more of the events you'll be hosting, man. Um, and yeah, bro, we should probably link up soon, man, as
Oh,
well.
hell yeah. Most def, most def.
Uh, but yeah, ladies and gents, so don't forget to follow him on social media. I'll be having his social media on the description. Um, but yeah, other than that, if you guys are smoking, keep smoking. Not just enjoy your high, ladies and gents. You guys won't see you guys to the next episode or vlog. So, stay high and be safe out there.
See you guys.